Back before we were blessed with the Rocksteady Studios Arkham series, Batman video games could be pretty hit and miss. For every game like the excellent Batman for NES or Batman Rise of Sin Tzu for PlayStation, Xbox, and GameCube, you would have games like Batman Dark Tomorrow and Batman Forever, which are entirely worth skipping regardless of what platform you're playing them on. But here we have a game in Batman Returns for the Super Nintendo, which at one point in time was probably in the running for the best Batman game ever. Batman Returns follows the story of the movie Batman Returns, the Tim Burton movie starring Michael Keaton, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, and Danny DeVito as the Penguin. And I could stop the review here right now by saying that just about any project starring Danny DeVito is a win in my book, which of course counts both this movie and the game itself. And yes, there is a Sega Genesis version of this game, but it's an action platformer as opposed to the beat-em-up we have here, and that game should be avoided at all costs. The majority of this game is your traditional beat-em-up style game, waves of enemies for you to punch, kick, throw into glass windows, and choke slam as you walk down the streets of Gotham, destroying anyone that dares stand in your way. Not that you should need more than your fist as Batman to take down your enemies, but you do have access to batarangs, which stun your enemies, your grappling hook, and test tubes, which serve as a bomb to clear the screen. You have a cape spin attack, but it will drain a bit of your health, but it's more of a desperation move if you find yourself surrounded. There are a few level varieties here as well, with some side-scrolling levels with minor platforming and a Batmobile level, which is a great change of pace for this style of game. The presentation here is excellent. The graphics are nice for 16-bit, and they really nail the visual style of those Tim Burton movies. The soundtrack is that classic Danny Elfman Batman theme, which is used as well in the movies and the Batman animated series. In addition to the soundtrack, the sound effects are highlights, giving some really good crunches when you slam your opponent into the wall or through glass. It really provides some good emphasis of the impact of the moves, making you really feel like Batman. In between stages, you have short cutscenes from the film with a bit of dialogue to explain what's going on, but you would almost have to see the movie to know exactly how the story goes, other than just saying things like, Batman needs to save the day, or to the Batmobile. But for a 16-bit game, it's a nice touch. And while I've said mostly positive things about this game, there are a few negatives. First, as great as these stages looked with their destructible environments, every so often, there is something in the foreground which will obstruct your view, which can lead to cheap deaths. On the side-scrolling platform levels, it can be hard to tell exactly when you need to jump without having memorized it beforehand. There isn't really any indication that there's an enemy there, so often you'll just be blindly walking into damage, but as far as negatives, that's about it. In the end, this is a great game. It's probably the second best beat-em-up on the Super Nintendo behind Turtles in Time, which is saying a lot. And it's a great Batman game that's still fun today. Given how licensed games, especially licensed games that went along with a movie, so often come out rushed or just bad, but here you have something that's really good. So if you want to play this today, you can find cartridge versions on eBay for around $15, which isn't that bad. And you can always relive Batman Returns by watching the movie, which happens to be my personal favorite Batman movie. I am no way, in any way, saying that it is the best Batman movie. Obviously, the Dark Knight series would have something to say about that, but I've just always enjoyed Michael Keaton's Batman, and supposedly he will be returning in the upcoming Flash movie, so until then, we can play Batman Returns for the Super Nintendo.
If you like this episode, be sure to hit that subscribe button or check out our podcast on iTunes or come hang out on Twitch. We'll see you next time, and as always, thanks for watching.